one-off, so it's different to the holiday video. So this is the Big Pit Mine in Wales. It's an actual museum mine that's open to public and acting like a real mine with a shaft and miners and everything. It's really good. So I've done a video for it, so all you miners out there, you love it hopefully. You can go down the shaft. There's a 90-meter shaft, but I can't go down because I can't do any filming because they don't have any batteries down there, so I can't go down. But they did a virtual reality one that I went in, so hopefully that'll be just as good. So don't fast forward, stay with it. I've tried to keep it as interesting as I can. There's some guided tours, there's some talks, some bits and bobs, all the miners, the operator of the shafts, there's loads. So hope you enjoy it. Give us a thumbs up if you do, and if you want to see more of this type of subscription, and leave a comment. Thanks guys, bye. This is a museum, obviously. Shop. Hello.
Goes into sort of a tunnel.
Oh yeah.
That's a bit battered, my postcard.
Yeah, I saw this person strictly, yeah.
Hello, good morning.
2 tickets for the 11:30, is it? Have you got
Well,
one?
there's no set time, we're going now.
This is Heather and Sharon, and they're in the museum and they're full of information. So if you come in, come and speak to them and they tell you everything that's going on. Really good. Bye guys, thanks. Look at the chicane seats. You have to chicane all the way through. Love the pictures of all these. What's this guy? Take you 15 minutes. This is how the old rooms were, the old manager.
Train station.
The old manager rooms were little step. Wait, oh yes, where you go down for your walking thing, look. So they'll go down the shaft. Oh, look at the shaft. Yeah. Shaft, it's a big cage.
My friend lives in between Chantenay and Montreal.
Here you go, guys. Can you remember these?
You have Chantenay, and right by Chantenay there is a village, it's a mining village.
Oh, yes.
Femoral?
Femoral.
There you are. I've been there, yeah? And I've done the
So where you put all your bags and all your bits and the breathing.
But you have the miners' cottages, yeah? And you have a church with the windows symbolising different. I remember going into the church
Yes, there was a church.
and going to the hotel as well, a little hotel on the entrance there. Nice little village, yeah. Yeah, nice. So it must be far from where my friend lives, yeah? Okay. But we were going to the beaches and I can't remember the.
Okay, what's this you play?
Yes, that's the one. Yeah.
Bye.
See
you tomorrow.
They had moons and fritters, yeah? Moons, mussels, is it? Mussels? Yeah. Yeah. So you all speak English? Halibu Galwa? No. The air we breathe, ventilation, yes, goes down this hole and around the mine. Okay. Depth of our hole, our shaft, 90 meters.
90 mètres le puits. Ton shaft, c'est un puits.
On va descendre à 90.
Ouais, on va descendre à 90.
Do you know we had children in the mine? Enfants?
Far away.
So just when a person's about to descend, the banksman should signal to the hitcher 3. The hitcher will reply with a 3. You can then open the cage and they can get on the cage.
That's when they get up here, when them girls got on, yeah?
Yeah, and then they shut the gates. So we'll give a signal of 1, everything is clear to move. And as long as I'm happy, I'll give a signal of 2. And the dump valve will come in.
So is that how it used to always be?
Yeah.
That's how it always used to be. So that's gone back to when the old pit times.
Yeah. Well, I don't know where that's dated.
It hasn't got anything on it. So that was a 1, so that's a rise. It's brilliant. I love it. So they all said, go and see the winding engine, which is in that building there. So we're going to go and see the winding engine, if we can see it. That's the back of the cages, look. Where the trolleys used to come in and out on these, bring all the coal in and out. This one. Look at this one.
Steady.
Watch the step. Can you picture carriages running down these here? So the winding house. This is where the heart of the mine is. This is what powers all the lifeblood. There's a bloke in this room here, in this cabin.
Yard is lard.
Yard is lard. Yard is lard.
It's only a lot.
Workshops. Cool bloke had to sit in there. Wow, that is confined. This was the little carriers they used to take them down on. Sit on the little seats down the pit. So you're going to go and do a 12-hour shift. That's it, you're all in your boiler suit with your pit hat on.
I forgot my pack up. I forgot my pack up.
Yeah, but the worst thing, you've got to take gluten-free down there.
I probably didn't have it then. How far back am I going?
Where? There you go, hang on. You're going. That's the old tipping mechanism where it used to grab it and then it used to tip all the coal out and bring it back and then run again, it looks like.
On the air goes underground for controlling the air underground.
So they fixed everything. The old pit face drilling. Used to put the dynamite in, didn't they? That one. They used to drill the pit head. Used to go into the wall, put that shaft in, then you used to put a stick of dynamite in, then blow the face. Wow. That's done some mileage. Hang on, is that the urinal? Is it? Or is it a boot washing?
No, boot washing not.
Dirty and wet boots, oh yeah. See, bring back memories as well. Lots of people that used to work down the pit. The lockers. Now you've got to cover your eyes if anybody's showering. You don't want to see any naked bums. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, cheeky! You're alright, mate, you're alright. We won't show the front. Leave to shower in peace. That was really good. Wow, they've all got their own lockers. Go. Put your boots in the bottom. And your clothes up. 12-hour shift.
I was born and bred in Glenavon, and at that time I knew that when I left school, the only place I could look for work was even on Glenavon Company, because the transport wasn't there to travel anywhere distance away. So I started work as a blacksmith striker, going from there over the shafts, and when I finished my work in life there on the shaft. As a shaftman as well, his job was to make certain shaft was in all times, and our breakdowns was good for him. But other things you'd be working in advance all the time to make certain it didn't break down. They have faults on the ground. They know the journeys up there, all the journey coming from another district to make up for it. So there was always coal going to come up sometime or other. So we had to make certain the shop was going. Everything was on the
was a busy. Slogger Bill. Oh, what that name was for. Slogger Bill recorded breaker. William Slogger William, born 1921. Started age 13, deep navigation colliery. 1947 breaks 3 British records. Cuts 234 tons of coal in 6 shifts from a 6-foot beam. Wow. Slogger Bill. Dynamite. Cold in the house. Vegetables and meat in the cupboard.
Good night.
So the girls couldn't work underground. Designed to be domestic servants for poor men's wives until into the 20th century. Poor hygiene, polluted waters ensured the disease like cholera and dysentery were common in 19th century collieries. The kids used to climb in here then. We used to go in here, look, in the dark. Wow. Let's put some light on the scene. What did they used to have in here then? Oh, pitch black. Can you picture working in here? Oh wow. Chipping away at the stuff. This is what it used to be like. Hey. Oh yeah, the things I do for this video. Hey. Candle. Oh, that's what you can see in there. If you can see it, you can see it. It's a lamp. Candle flame. And that's the flicker. There's the 3. That's a safety flame lamp. The electric cap lamp. Is that 3? Yeah. Enjoying it?
Yeah, it's nice.
Minor rescue. mine these anti-spark kits or something, so they don't spark. A Roxel Mark II.
The policemen were horrific. It was a miracle no one was killed, said one police commander.
Good old Maggie Thatcher.
The police were involved in some of the most vicious hand-to-hand fighting of the entire miners' dispute.
But the miners' union did bring down the guns, did actually abuse their economic power on numerous occasions.
Remember them years?
And in coal fields like these in South Wales, there's a wealth of food waiting to power Britain's recovery.
Someone's got some toast on, some old toast. So, Brennan Glow, King Cole.
No worries. Hi there.
Hello.
Okay, have you been underground?
No.
No?
No.
You're going underground?
No, it wasn't. I was going to go, but they wouldn't let me film because I can't take cameras and stuff
No,
down.
you can't take
And
cameras
I'm
down.
claustrophobic anyway, so I think can't go
This
on there.
is a pretend mine.
That was, yeah, they said that.
Is that okay
They said,
for you?
yeah, come and have a look at this one.
There's fire, there's explosions, lots of flashing lights. But there's a 10-minute video in there, then an
Yeah.
on-screen guide will take you through our underground galleries.
So we were best to go first, there, then there.
No, in yet.
In
First.
there,
so
and then
it's
into there.
It's 20 minutes long, but the guide will
Swap my glasses over.
Sorry, glasses.
the guide will take you through anyway.
Brilliant.
It's an on-screen.
Okay, when's it due to start? Is it long?
Pardon?
When's it due to start?
Now, and when I press play, I was just waiting for you to hear.
Okay.
Right, now, there's a bloke on the screen here, fair play, nice voice, friend of the manager. And he's going to show you the bit of the story you didn't see down below. Down there, the real underground, you caught a glimpse of the old-fashioned world of mining. Now, I know everyone but me is getting older, and things have moved on. So, up here, we'll journey forward into a modern mine. Alright then, roll the pictures. Him on the big screen there, he gets a bit nostalgic at times, but no problem, folks. I'll drag him into the present. Enjoy the show.
What price the food for your machines that drive our empire's might? It scars our land, it eats our lungs, our days condemned to night. Black gold may be your savior to fire the minds of men, but the cost to us is priceless. Our souls are too condemned. King Cole has made us what we are, the means of your desire. The more you crave, the more we slave in burrows, flood, and fire.
Couldn't put it better myself. Well, yes, I could actually, because he makes us sound like downtrodden galley slaves, and there was nothing trod down about miners, man.
By the end of the 17th century, Britain had cut down or burned much of its ancient woodland. For centuries, our great forests had been plundered to build our navy, to heat our homes, to fuel our growing industries. With the woodlands wasted, the Industrial Revolution must find another fuel beneath the landscape. Gripped by our appetite for power, we turned to coal. Side by side stood coal and industry, building the workshop of the world. It was the new currency of commerce, and steam coal in particular was its most precious tender.
And that's the point. You might start with any old coal for raising steam, but you soon find that Welsh coal steams better than others. Welsh coal.
Overnight, the once slumbering landscape of Wales was forced to yield its riches. Man tore out its heart for the black diamonds buried deep and rich beneath its earth. There are 1,300 square miles in the South Wales coalfield. Big Pit sits at the top of it, hungry to smelt iron and steam ships. In the earliest years, it was relatively simple. Here, on the brim of the coalfield, you could get the coal just by burrowing into the hillside. Patching, they called it. But soon, as the easy pickings failed, you had to sink a shaft to find your seam. Your only transport was a wicker basket. You hollowed out a chamber, and you hoped that the roof wouldn't tumble in. They called these mines bell pits.
Bell pits. Dangerous places. Not much used in Wales, except around the coalfield edge.
Black diamonds beckoned the miner ever deeper. And the deeper he went, the more he was hampered. By narrow shafts, by constant floods, by unbreathable air. It was a dangerous trade for the men and women who cut and hauled the coal. And instead of a handful of men, hundreds could now be killed. So what did it take to be a miner? For centuries he worked with the crudest of tools.
I wouldn't call a mandrel and a shovel crude. They're precision instruments, only as crude as the man who used them.
But they used the tools with courage and ingenuity. Even to reach the coal, you had to tunnel into the rock inch by grinding inch. It was many years before baskets became giant cages, shafts gaped wide enough to hold more men and coal, and steam finally pumped muscle into winding engines. At last, a new word echoed through the workings below. Mechanization. Early machines now struggled to imitate cutting by muscle and hand. Heath Robinson devices, picks mounted in frames. You cranked the handle to turn the gears. Some say the big leap came with the disc cutter, like a huge circular saw powered by compressed air, scything like Boadicea's chariot along the coal face. Others say that the chain machines, we've still got them here, carried king coal into the big time. Now all hands turn to getting the black diamonds more quickly to the surface. Bigger machines made bigger tunnels. Later we'll show you these great mechanical molds, like the Dosco road header, whose ripping teeth can carve a 2-meter tunnel in a single shift. But the fact is, although machines multiplied the muscle power, the price of mining multiplied too. Back in the 1920s, it had cost a few £1,000s to fit out a coalface. Today's coalface costs tens of millions. And however clever we were, the time came when other countries could produce cheaper coal.
But not finer men, eh? Tell them about the men.
Truth to tell, in the years of hungry industry, the rewards had been priceless. For a century, the coalfields prospered, building fine towns and rich communities. When coal was king, even the poor miner had his rich rewards. But 500,000 tons of coal a year from a single face still couldn't prevent the inevitable. The wheel had turned.
So, surprise, surprise, there was no caviar and champagne for breakfast anymore. And people forgot what a dangerous, dirty, hard, bloody job it was, even in the good times of coal. Okay, let's remind you then. Now, if you care to progress from the Dormer exit, clever chaps, these miners, we'll show you how miners dug this precious stuff called coal. Go on then. You
That's it, over here please, come on. Wait, come by. Over here back, that's it. Come on, over here now. Don't worry, missus. It's only a simulation. We don't lose too many visitors in here. Oh, hang on. Right, that better? Good. Now then, you've probably heard tell that coal is hard to dig out of the ground. But then again, once out, it can be as brittle as a biscuit. And until about 1950, see, miners were only paid for large lumps of coal. So they treated the coal with kid gloves. Because if it fell to pieces, demarian, no pay. Now you might say, if it breaks that easy, why the fuss with all this machinery? But you've got to get to the coal, haven't you? And when you get there, you've got to get it out. So, all these tunnels are about getting to the coal. And not too long ago, the main way to make tunnels was with a big bang. Now, if you peer into the darkness, you can see our Christmas decorations. No expense spared. Now imagine that all those wires were connected to sticks of explosive. That was used to blast away through the rock and coal. Now that wall we're about to blow up is called the heading, and every day calls for another 2 meters of tunnel. So first, they drill holes in the rock for the explosives. Not willy-nilly, mind, but carefully planned. Each hole over 2 meters deep. They used that boring equipment you can see leaning at the front. The shot firer then eased rounds of explosive into the carefully cleaned holes, and then he'd link these with electrical wires. Now, see there, hanging up next to the boring gear is the exploder. Funnily enough, the shotsman wouldn't press that button standing this close to the explosives. He'd put a couple of sentries down the tunnels with shining red cap lamps, hurry back with his exploder to 200 meters away, and then, even if you were sitting right next to him, he'd holler for all to hear. Just like that. Then, if he got his wiring right, you'd hear the boom, 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 as the rock and coal were blasted out. Things didn't always go to plan, mind. Explosives are always dangerous, especially down a coal mine. After the fumes had cleared, there could be up to 30 tons of rock or coal to get to the surface. Then, the whole business starts all over again.
Right, let's get this place sorted, boy. You should get the night shift back here. Clean your own mess up. I know you call him boy, I'm as old as you are. Aye, but you've had an easier life than me.
These men are the repairers, and they know the mine from top to bottom. And more than anything, they know that Mother Nature abhors a vacuum.
Nature abhors a vacuum? Where did you get that from?
That's right, this way. I'm under here. Well now, this is very fortuitous. This particular area, ladies and gentlemen, portrays the classic scene of our men at the coalface doing bugger all and not feeling at all happy about it. However, this shutdown does give me the chance to explain what's happening. This is the coalface 1970 style. In reality, it would be about 200 meters long, and that machine there, the one with the giant drum, see? That's it. It's called the shearer. When it's working, it moves sideways like a giant bacon slicer. So it's not digging a thin, deep tunnel like what you might expect. It's taking a great sweep sideways from one end of the face to the other, shearing great swathes of coal off the seam in massive quantities. 400 tons of it at a single sweep of the face. 400 tons! Wow, that's a train full. Enough to keep 60 homes snug and warm for a whole year.
Okay, running outside, starting up now.
What's the water, boys? And that's how they get the coal. Anyway, if your senses feel a bit battered, we'll make ourselves scarce. Now, go back to the corner and turn up to the right for the last historical scene. There were lots of thin seams in Wales like this. Imagine it, lying on your side, shoveling 15 tons of coal onto that conveyor. Take turns having a look how low it is. They could do with some volunteers. Oh yes, and mind that big thing there that looks like a chainsaw. It was used before they had big coal cutters. They called it the Widowmaker because of the dust it threw up. And it wasn't the only Widowmaker down a mine. Well, time to wash away the grime. When you leave here now, make your way up to the slope to those fine miners' baths they built back in the 1930s. Great they were. Made a big difference to the miner's life, and an even bigger difference to the miner's wife. But you know, there were some things about the pit that you couldn't wash away. Memories. Mostly happy, but sometimes sad. Memories of friends made and maybe lost in the pit. And you know, there was something else you couldn't wash off. That was pride. Ask any miner. Show him a pit lamp or any of that fancy tackle up there in those exhibitions. He won't see a museum artifact. He'll see something real. Part of his body, part of his craft, part of his pride. Out of this black hole he built warm houses and bright chapels. Out of this thin seam he hewed miners' institutes and finer education and better health. Out of this secret place he gave power to nations and hearths to homes. You know, it wasn't only the coal that was squeezed out of ancient trees. The miners were squeezed too, into a comradeship you might never understand. And when they needed a bit of help down there, you'd hear a world heritage of languages. I don't know if there's a message for the world in that, but a tale of comradeship is no bad thing to come out of the mucky heart of a big Welsh pit. Hwyl fawr.
You are faithful, faithful through all things. You are faithful, faithful through all things. You are with us, we are not alone. You remind us to hold on to hope. When we are lost in pain, we cry out your name, and you